Hey guys, welcome back to Skyrim. So, like I mentioned in the last episode, today we are going to be headed to Markarth, and I'm going to try and start the Daedric Quest House of Horrors, so that we can get the Mace of Molag Bal to be our main weapon. So, I need a delivery to bring to the city that makes sense for me. Hmm. I guess it would make sense for me to go sell all this equipment in an actual city. Take our weaponry. Because I might grab some food off of here since it is around. One of my least favorite things about Skyrim is bumping into a bunch of things in houses. I wish there was a mod available for the special edition that locked things in places so you can decorate your house properly, but I think it requires the script extender. I'm missing quite a few mods that I would really like to have that are just impossible without SKSE. But I understand them needing to take their time with it and getting burnt out in the development. Now, what I could deliver, actually, is all these vegetables. Which hopefully grow back. I would assume they do, or else they're not very valuable. And my farm's gonna look a little silly. Alright, good stuff. Now, there is no required level for this Daedric quest, but the suggested level that I just saw in the wiki, making sure that there wasn't a required one, is 14, so we might actually not be able to do this quest. Which is fun. It'll be nice to have a little challenge here. Where is our club? It's been de-equipped or defavorited? Well, that's a pain. So yeah, we're gonna do our best to finish that quest this episode, but that dungeon, first of all, it's far off from here, or from Markarth. It's actually probably pretty close to where I am now. And am I even going the right way? Yeah. There might be a better path. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go up and around, actually. Like I said, it's a pretty decent long distance I'm gonna have to walk back to get here. I might fast travel if it's close enough to my house, but we're gonna do our best. And if we can't finish the quest at our level, we'll just go grind up a little bit. Excuse me. I was expecting us to be a little higher level by now, but I guess we haven't actually done much combat. I think if I keep up doing this merchant playstyle, then our speechcraft will actually level us quite a bit, which is nice. And just due to the nature of a game like Skyrim, there is going to be decent amounts of time where I'm just going to be walking down a road and I really won't have too much to say, so I hope that's not a huge problem for y'all. Luckily, most of the mods I have, well, not most of them, but quite a few of them are going to go to making the game more exciting and varied, so that that's not as much of an issue. And I probably should have actually gone to sleep after last time. Yeah, we are not actually doing too well in terms of our rest. I honestly completely forgot about that. And our flask is empty, wow. Let's make sure there's not a water source nearby. It's a little far. We're actually going to have to do our best to get to town in a timely manner. I always get very anxious when I pass forts in Skyrim because they always seem to be hotspots for a ton of action, which is fun, but sometimes it's too much, especially when you have mods installed. Oh, that's a ward. So actually, you might be able to get to see Creeping Cold in action here. No, it just straight kills them too fast. Ooh, that's really cool looking. And these are quite valuable. I actually really like what a lot of the weapon mods I have installed have done with appearances. A lot of them are, and excuse me if I'm wrong, I mean no insult, are like derivatively made, like they use the assets already included in the game, I'm pretty sure, and they do a really good job of making the new weapons actually look really unique, despite that.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the empire?
Well, that's interesting. They're going to a wedding in Solitude. I actually really enjoy the atmosphere of the, I believe this is the Reach. Yeah, it's definitely the Reach, because the Forsworn are, Reachmen. That's what they're known as. And I don't usually spend a lot of time here, but, like, it's a very nice, like, gloomy, atmospheric area. Honestly, I think I spend the majority of my time in Skyrim just around the plains of Whiterun, because it's big, open, like, there's fun stuff to do, like fight mammoths and giants there. And you start the game with the vanilla start near Whiterun. I'd spend a lot of time in Riften either, or I guess the area around Riften. The, man, I can't place, I guess the Rift. Is that listed on the map, actually? It does not appear so. This is a better world map, actually. The base map doesn't look like this. Yeah, there's some cool little stuff around here. This is a Blackthorn, a mod where you get to build a village with the Hearthfire-inspired building system that I'm looking forward to trying in some playthrough. I don't know if this is the right one for it, because it doesn't make a lot of sense for a power-hungry witch to found a village. I mean, maybe he would, but it would have to make sense in the context. I also actually want to get a birth sign. That's something to do in a near future episode. Apologize for the sound balance whenever I'm around water and sometimes weapon noises. I have, I think it's called Skyrim Immersive Sounds, something like that installed, and it adds new volume settings to the game. Oh. For some reason, I really just didn't think these guys were hostile. No one is strong enough to show off Creeping Cold here, which is a shame. It's a really cool spell. Ooh. Actually, really should be avoiding that habit of saving mid-combat like that, because Skyrim has an annoying problem where, and it might only be the special edition. I wish I knew where this guy was. I do have a health potion. It has an annoying habit of when you load in, the game world loads before you get to do action for like a second. Oh wow, it's one of these goblins. And it doesn't look like Grape and Gold's actually working the way I believed it did. Maybe I should make sure I'm actually thinking the right spell. Yeah, it should be freezing them solid. And honestly, I really should just avoid fighting this guy because he seems a little tough, but I really want to see if I was just not doing it long enough. Yeah. So I'll probably just run now. Those guys are cool little enemies, so they're very disgusting. Actually, I need to go up this way. Similar thing to what I mentioned with the weapon mods for the monster mods. I think a lot of them reuse assets, and they do a pretty good job of making them unique. Oh. I have no idea why this vampire was not aggressive. I'm going to turn around, there's going to be something awful that was chasing her. Watch. Oh, no, we're good. Maybe she really didn't like this goblin. Still appears to be angry at me. Like I was saying, the sound mod adds new settings to the game, and they don't save. So rain, thunder, wind, and weapons do not save your sound setting. And I really should just balance it and turn them down every time I start a session. But I know I'm going to forget, so I just have the master kind of balanced where everything else is audible, but those aren't terrible at max setting. But still, sometimes whenever I'm around rushing water in the middle of a storm, it's going to be probably a little powerful. And I hope it doesn't overpower my voice too much. Let's see if we can actually fill our flask here. Maybe it has to be standing water? Which doesn't make a lot of sense. You shouldn't be drinking from standing water. Nope. I'll have to look into that. We are almost to Markarth, though, so that's fine. We are literally at Markarth. So my plans here, I'm going to head into town. We're going to get introduced to the Forsworn problem that Markarth has been experiencing. I'm going to find a merchant, and then hopefully by then I will have heard rumors of the haunted house. Markarth is a really cool city, by the way. Really unique in that it's almost entirely Dwemer in design, I believe, at least the outside part. A stark difference from most of the Skyrim architecture, for sure. Oh yeah, even inside this is very different, and I'm pretty sure is more Dwemer inspired. Man, that guy's actually given a bit of a run for his money there. I don't think Arctis would loot this poor murdered woman. We aren't going to give too much of a bother to it right now.
A woman attacked right on the streets. Are you all right? Did you see what happened? The Forsworn.
Because we weren't looking directly at it from the beginning.
Give you more peace in the future for what it's worth. Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important.
I don't know what this Do You Fear Death option... Oh, you know what that is? I installed the Become the High King of Skyrim mod, and I believe you can make NPCs essential with this, which is pretty cool.
My note. No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket.
Well, that is just not true, but alright. We need to find a shop. This looks like a shop.
Did you hear all that noise outside?
It's just the market rabble. We should get back to work. You there, if you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
I wish you would.
Lisbeth handles the customers.
Here we go.
take the shipments.
No, I'm not Arnleaf. Yes, I know it's called Arnleaf and Sons. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of
Our
thing.
character would really know the local merchant, so we'll ignore that. So we are here to sell cabbages, gourds, leeks, potatoes, maybe some flour. We will also sell all this. As much as we can, at least. Yeah, see, isn't that a cool design? If that's handmade, I apologize, but I think it's done using assets, but probably not entirely. That would be a little ridiculous. It probably wouldn't look nearly as good. Alright. We probably will get rid of our Necromancer's Cloak here, because it's a little bit too obvious. I love the Forsworn headdresses. Yeah, see, there we go, our speechcraft went up. Let's see what you have. Really, no food. You have any water skins? Yes, that's great. And I would like one of these for my house. Honestly, maybe one of these too, but it's a little expensive and it weighs a ton. There's really not much advantage over the actual keg there. I think we will pick up a tent too. At least until we get strong enough at Conjuration to utilize that spell we got the tome for. I'd really hope our character wouldn't need too much, wouldn't have to worry too much about camping as a mage. Like, I think Frostfall has a setting where you can just light the camp on fire with your flame spell, which would make sense and is cool. And now we wanted to finish selling off our stuff here. Garnets.
Come back whenever you need something.
Now let's head to the inn, grab some food. Maybe hear some rumors.
Did you see that madman? A forsworn agent here in the city. Did you just see that woman getting attacked?
Oh, I guess he's a
Her clothes.
he's a merchant. How about a guard? You have any rumors for me?
We'll handle things from here. Move along.
Till next time.
Yeah, see, the thunder is very loud, which I apologize again for. Yeah, that's the inn. We'll probably get a room, get some food, get a room, read the note that guy insisted was ours, and then level up.
Backfire. Give a crippled worker a helping hand. How about... Finally. Now get lost. Yes, yes. Now, to find myself a drink.
I know I said our character wasn't altruistic last time, but I guess I just have trouble not giving to the beggars. Where is the innkeeper?
What can an old scout do for you, huh?
You are a bard.
You a fighting man? How about a little bet?
I'm just looking for
And what you call a
rumors.
soldier of fortune. Make me
Oh, here we go.
and I
This
just
is the
might find it
Silver Blood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
Whenever that guy voices anyone but elves, it's very unsettling, to be honest. Helgen.
Biding his time until what?
Again, the beggar got himself kicked out of the Temple of Dibella. Got a witch hunter
There
in
we
town
go.
from the priesthood of Stendar. Keeps asking questions about that old abandoned house. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Let's see. I really should start getting some food together so that I can cook my own, which I have a ton of on my hunter, but it's actually becoming a bit more of a pain here. Just blew quite a bit of money on that.
If I can't get you some, of course.
Does that refill all of them? Oh, that's really cool. Do you think they charge you more for that?
Sure thing. It's yours. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Someone was
Guards are
attacked
free
in
to
Markarth.
search your room.
Do you know who it was?
I think it was
Songs.
Mom. Poor woman. She was just
We actually get a door in this inn, which is lovely, even though our bed is a literal rock.
Forsworn target.
You're being paranoid. We're in control of Markarth, not the Forsworn.
Let me know how the brightness is, by the way. What do I have it set to? Just dead center. I might pump it up a little bit, actually, because I know YouTube tends to darken videos. That looks a little better. Have ourselves a meal.
The true scald of the reach.
Son, I...
There we go.
Who needs a drink?
Read our note. Now that's fairly interesting, but I would imagine that we know what he wants to tell us and we're not terribly interested, at least at this point in time. We will have 2 perk points to increase. Actually, because I have the Ordinator setting I'm using gives you 50% extra perk points. That's 1 every 2 levels, and I did not spend that the first time. So we will take advantage of that now. Grab some Conjuration, and we will want to level that up because Bone Collector is going to be pretty important to our playstyle. I believe there, yeah, we will utilize Frost Magic mostly. I just think it's the most glitchy. We will grab one-handed with our next point, which I think is, yeah, our highest skill. If you'll notice, I actually, I have a mod where instead of getting just naturally higher stats as a Nord and any race, it makes it so that the skills level faster, which is pretty cool. So my block, light armor, smithing, speech, and then one-handed and two-handed level faster. I guess that's why my speechcraft's going up so high. So quickly, rather. Unfortunately, we're not going to make use of...
You want a drink?
Well, no, excuse me. Oh, actually, give me one.
Depends. Are you thirsty, hungry, both?
I really can use some food. Unfortunately, you don't have that, but man,
I should remind Clef
please.
to mess this up.
Extremely rude. We will sleep till the morning. Six o'clock's about when I like to get up in Elder Scrolls games, because that's usually when daylight sets in, I think. And traveling at night is always a pain. So we are hungry. We will grab a bit of drink there. Unfortunately, the auto drink setting only works when you get to the next level of thirst. not
Hello, friend.
the max level, and you get a bonus at max, so I like to stay there when I
You
can.
don't know anything about this house? No. Anyone seen entering or leaving?
Oh, there we go.
Strange lights or unusual noises?
It's abandoned, and it's always been abandoned.
Excuse me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter or leave? Seems no one in this city has. I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. We believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship, evil rites and so forth. I was actually just about to head on inside. Good to have someone watch my back. Follow me and keep your eyes open. Daedra are powerful creatures and tricksters. Never know what you'll find.
Now we are fascinated by Daedra.
Fresh food. No wood rot on the furniture. Someone's been
So
here.
we would enter the house just to
People
see
I
what's
asked
up,
say
not
no one
necessarily
enters.
to help cleanse it, as this guy wants to do.
Wait, did you hear that? I think it came this way. That's it. Something's inside the house. Come on, we're getting to the bottom of this.
Come out. We know you're here.
There's another door. See if you can get it open.
Stendar's mercy. This isn't an ordinary Daedra. We have to get help.
Weak. He's weak. You're strong. Crush him.
You first. Come on. Let's go.
I'm wondering why Creeping Cold isn't
Your reward
freezing.
is waiting for you, mortal. Further down.
Now, I paused there for a second because I really wanted to see if this Vigilant of Stendar would, oh wow, these are extremely valuable things. And that's cool to wear. But, to see if he would attack us. And he didn't actually. He tried to see if we could get out. Maybe if I went to the door, he would have turned on us. But, our character really would not have waited too long, I imagine, being spoken to directly by a Daedra like that.
Yes, further into the bowels.
They really nailed the voice actor they got for Molag Bal here.
Close. Your prize is waiting.
You can almost like feel his voice dripping with malice. Just excellent work.
Fool! Did you think Molag Bal, the Lord of Domination, would so easily reward you? What do you see from that little cage? Speak.
I think the altar would
Yes.
draw our attention.
It's an altar. Men would come and sacrifice the wretched in my name. The weak would be punished by the strong. But a Daedric lord has his enemies, and my rival Boethia had her priest desecrate the altar until you came. Revenge? No. I want submission. I want the priest who did this to bend his knee and give me his soul. He comes by to perform Boethia's insulting rites at my altar, but he's been missing. Captured and bound, left to rot. Save him. Let him perform his rite one more time. And when he does, we will be waiting for him.
Alright. I thought we might get to grab the rusty mace right now, but that comes later. But yeah, like I said, just really nails the voice acting for that character. Out of all the Daedric princes, Molag Bal might be... It definitely is one of my favorites because the portrayal of him, they don't really have a gender. It's just particularly just vile. Like, Mehrunes Dagon is portrayed as... He's the Lord of Destruction, he wants to destroy things. Shegarath is crazy, literally insane, but Molag Bal is just a very foul character. Which I find really interesting in that it's downplayed in a lot of the lore. They don't really focus on how quote-unquote evil this character is. I know he's the main villain in Elder Scrolls Online, I believe, so it's nice to see that getting some attention. But his missions in the main series games are always just really messed up. They involve you just crushing the wills of people. In Oblivion, he just tells you to go kill this guy with a rusty mace, I think, like an old mace. That's all you have to do for him. Like, he's almost petty in a way, and I think that's very interesting for a being of great power like that. He really involves himself in the issues of mortals. We are not on House of Horrors. That'll help. So where are we going? Oh, maybe this is it's the location of the priest's Radiant? You know, it is, because this was listed under a Radiant quest. That's interesting. So, I think Bearland, if you can't tell by the name, I think that's a modded location. So I hope it's not literally full of bears. That could be a problem. And I really wonder why our Creeping Cold isn't working properly either. I actually wanted to test that on a guard, but I got too caught up in talking about how evil Molag Bal is. Oh, here's like a decent test, actually. Assuming we don't get just straight killed. So we need to focus on them. Maybe I dropped focus there. Oh. We're not trying to pick up the saber cat. Or maybe we'll get a big bear to test out the spell on. Over in Bearland. What are you up to?
We are on the hunt.
Whoa, it's okay. It's cool. Really protective of her kill there. But, yeah, it's just really interesting to see a Daedric Lord just so deeply petty about the affairs of mortals like that. I know in Elder Scrolls Online he's trying to pull Tamriel into Cold Harbor, his plane of Oblivion. So a little more large-scale minded there, but his affairs in the other games very, very personal. I don't remember quite what he has you do in Morrowind. I think he has you punish a servant of his who's being lazy. Oh boy, hungers. Oh, there we go, yeah. Although it didn't appear to work very long. We really need to pop some potions here. Now, I do have a mod that changes alchemy so that spells, or I guess potions, are over time rather than flat, so you can't spam them. Yeah, I was expecting that to happen once I ran out of magicka. Listen to me. Really interesting to see Hungers here. I was actually just thinking the other day, I was sad that I didn't install a mod with Hungers in it, because I didn't know this one, or something I didn't had them, but they really are one of my favorite Daedra from the past games. They're very spindly and gross. Let's see if I can approach that a little better. Also silly of me not to drop a save there, though. Maybe fortunate. We are also getting rained on. That's really bad. Ooh, what's going on there? And I do not see any Hungers this time. Now, I don't know how we're going to do lockpicking, because I assume there are open spells I'm going to learn eventually, but right now we don't know them, obviously. I do have a bashing mod installed, but I think our first try, we would try and pick it. We'd have some base common sense on how to open an easy lock, and maybe if we busted a few lockpicks, we'd get mad and try and bash it open. But hopefully we will just learn a lock spell before it really becomes too relevant. Now we get to enter Bearland. Now maybe this is in the base game, but it seems a little too not subtle. There's a bear. It's quite sad, these little baby bears, but oh lord. There is a big one somewhere. And it is not happy with me. Oh. My sound is really messing with me here. I'd like to get some kind of verticality advantage, but I don't see the bear yet. Yeah, it really sounds like it's coming from behind me. And that is terrifying. Oh god, yeah, there's a big one. Good target to test this out on, actually, though. Oh. Okay, it did freeze it. Nice, good to know. I did hear a second bear, though. Oh, okay. That's real bad. Luckily, the big one is the bigger one. Is focusing on our target. Unfortunately, that one is fast and powerful as well. Maybe if we don't blow our entire magicka bar on the big one this time, we can do something about it. Okay. Now, if this guy's cool with it, we'll just wait for our magicka to go back up. Now let's fortify it. Oh, please. There we go. Can we... Oh. It's very heavy, I imagine. Yeah, that's a 400-pound bear, which is quite light, actually, if you think about it. Although, wait, no, I don't want to be picking up these kind of things. That's the kind of thing I want to have to dress the bear for. I thought there might be, like, gems in there. I just didn't pay attention. Now, like, this is straight hilarious that, wherever, I assume this is a mod once again. I think it would be really odd if it wasn't with the way this is, but, like, are they implying that someone captured Logrolf here, tied him up, and then left him in the middle of a bear den? Just to be attacked by this gigantic cave bear with his hands tied? Because that's really funny.
You there? Are you here to kill me? Slay the mighty Logrolf. While he sits tight.
I don't know if I could. I mean, he's gonna rob that bear.
Rescue. No one knew where I was when I was taken. Who sent you?
Now we could say it's Boethia. We could say Molag Bal. We could bribe. We're not gonna bribe. I think we're gonna try and go for the manipulative approach.
The Dark Mistress sent you?
It didn't work out.
Tell me the one about the troll who gives gifts to good little boys and girls. You, a servant of the king.
And he just doesn't believe us.
Has the beast's standards fallen so far? The Dark Mistress sent you?
Let's try, we do not have anything to boost our speechcraft. That's unfortunate.
Now tell me the one about the troll who gives rescue. Fine, I won't ask questions. Oh, freedom.
Alright.
Now get out of my way.
Really annoying that we had to pay that guy some money. You'd think that after, you know, saving him like that, he would just go with it. But... oh, it's literally the same amount of gold we paid. Nice. Funny how those things work out. That's still a net loss. Yeah, I would be genuinely surprised if Bearland was a vanilla cave. It just doesn't seem like a very Nordic naming convention. Now I will fast travel us back to Markarth because we just made the journey here, so not much point in us going back. It really doesn't do much other than waste time, and I don't really have anything to talk about on the way back. What is our tiredness like? Are we going to do this right now? We're well rested. We'll eat up. Drink up.
Never leave the house? You want that?
We are ready to torture this man in the name of our Lord Molag Bal. At least our patron. I don't think we would dedicate ourselves to him. It's down this way. We've been here before.
Molag Bal, you think you can best Boethiah's faithful? I have won this contest before.
Ah, but I have my own champion this time, Logrolf.
What? You?
I told you.
I give you my mace in all its rusted spitefulness. Crush the spirit from Logrolf's bones. Make him bend to me.
We get to just beat him down with this rusty mace. Pre-equipped too, nice.
I won't bend. Hey!
And then he resurrects him just so we can kill him again.
Pathetic bodies. Try it again.
I don't know how we got a crit.
No more. I submit, Molag Bal. I submit.
You bend to me.
Yes.
You pledge your soul to me.
Yes.
You forsake the weak and pitiful Boethia.
Back in the cage.
You're mine now, Logrolf. Kill him.
I mean, he could just walk away.
Don't kill me. I don't want to die.
You've done it twice now.
The mace of Molag Bal. I give you its true power, mortal. When your enemies lie broken and bloody before you, know that I will be watching. Now, I have a soul in oblivion that needs claiming. Take care of the house while I'm gone.
In fact, we might just equip these, because honestly, I'm not sick of it, but I forgot to put on my my gear there when I went into the cave, and it would have helped a little bit. So I think we are going to equip this black robe. Although it doesn't have the destruction. Just because it's less obvious. Like, it's one thing to look like a mage, and it's another to wear a black robe with a skull in the front. It's also hooded, guys. I don't think we can... Okay, yeah. That's a problem. I guess we'll just stick with this. But yeah, dude has us kill this guy twice, resurrects or kill him with a rusty mace, resurrects him so we can kill him again, and resurrects him again so he can have him swear fealty and have us kill him again. And then he leaves with a pun. He's not a very nice guy. He just gets so little attention, or at least he got so little attention now that he's a main villain in ESO. I guess that's changed, but people really didn't seem to care much about him. Dagon and Sheogorath got all the attention. People don't give him Fala much attention either. She is pretty nasty too. I know Markarth was one of the quote-unquote bad days, or the House of Troubles in Morrowind, but that was cultural bias more so than actually just being evil, really. Like, I don't see much of what Markarth does as being inherently bad, and even if you're applying morality terms like bad to these supernatural beings. I mean, even if you look at them as above morality, what Molag Bal does is still pretty bad.
No, I'm not on leave.
We've been over
Oh,
this.
a bit of this and a bit of that.
Alright, so we can get rid of our Forsworn Club, and let's look at this thing. It is really, really strong. It is actually ridiculously strong for the point in the game we are at. Which is fine by me. We earned it. So block, time between shouts, neither of those are useful for us. Now, we have two choices of hood here, I believe. Maybe that is the hood. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we will sell these hooded robes because they suck. Sell the necromancer's boots. I don't know why. I don't think they're actually any different. I don't know what makes them necromancer's boots here. I don't know what makes them. Oh, I guess that's the sell value, but it seemed like they were more valuable. Sell these restoration robes. Oh.
Come back whenever you need.
I guess we will sell that elsewhere. We will head back to our farm. We'll fast travel. It's been quite a while. I don't know how far into the episode we are. Maybe not even that far. $51. Alright. Sorry about that. Alt tapping in Skyrim can be a little iffy. We'll put up our stuff as usual. Now let's see how this works. Does this really, so favorite something, then drop it? Is it no longer favorited? Appears so. Well, that's a pain. You know what? We're gonna hang that up anyway because it looks really cool. Worth a lot of money too. I have the what is it called? I think Zim's immersive artifacts, which rebalances a lot of unique weapons and armor and stuff like that in the game. So that's why this weapon is so strong, I imagine. And we are probably going to rock that for the majority of the playthrough unless we find something more appropriate for our character. But I think that's a great start, especially if we can grab up some soul gems. We can get into enchanting, which is fun. Alright, as usual, I will see y'all next time, and thanks for watching.